All right, Mammoth Sniper Challenge is 1 week away from me. I'm going to just give you a quick breakdown of everything that I'm taking with me. Currently, altogether, I'm just under 60 pounds, right about 58, give or take a little bit of things I'm still not quite sure on quantities of. I'm going to take you up to the tabletop. So I'll start with going over the bigger pieces of equipment. I have everything in this spreadsheet right here. I've been hemming and hawing over it, going through all the weights, trying to see where I can save weight, what's worth cutting, what's not worth cutting. So this is my backpack. It's an Osprey Volt 60 liter pack. On the top, it's got a brain with 2 different compartments. Inside is just one big empty space. At the bottom, there's a sleeping bag compartment. And then on the outside, it's got all these strap points. I'm going to strap my rifle down on the outside with these big straps. I've got the PT belt that we have to have. Something I did add last night is this little elastic cord. You can cinch down, so if I got some wet gear, I can cinch it down on the outside of the pack and let it dry some. And then the hip belts have pockets, so I can store stuff in there, some snacks, phone for music, stuff like that. To go with that, I have these Cascade Mountain Tech trekking poles. I found these have actually helped quite a bit in rucking. I'm getting about 30 seconds per mile faster using these, and I can feel a lot less weight on my legs. I really like having these. So this is my sleeping system. The main portion is the sleeping bag. This is a Kelty 19-degree bag. The coldest it's supposed to get during that time span is 12 degrees, so I went ahead and got this in today. This is a mummy liner for the bag, and it's going to give me an extra 8.5 degrees, so it'll get me down to about 11. And then in addition to some clothing, I should be down to 0 pretty well. I've got a Sea to Summit pillow. This is nice and compressible. And then I've just got this. This is the Nemo Tensor sleeping pad. This is I think it's an R5, so it's a very insulated pad. I just had to get this one. My other one popped on a camping trip back in September, so I had to get a new pad. All of that's going to get stored in the bottom of my sleeping pack, or my backpack. And this bag, this is a Osprey lightweight waterproof bag, so I can put everything in there, cinch it up, and it'll be watertight in the bottom. I don't have to worry about anything getting wet. So this is the tent my partner and I are taking. We're going to share this tent. It is a Sierra Designs Meteor 3 3-person tent. This is the rainfly and tent itself. This is the poles and the stakes, so we can actually split this up. I'll carry this, he carries this. We can swap pieces. Someone can carry extra if we're overloaded or someone's tired. It's a little heavy at 5.5 pounds, but split up, it's not too bad. This is about 2 and this is about 3. There's plenty of space in the tent for the 2 of us. Some of our gear, the outside has 2 vestibules for our other gear, backpacks, rifles, to help keep them out of the dew that's going to settle and freeze on everything, so it'll keep us and everything drier. Clothing. This is something that I added a lot to over the last few days and changed out quite a bit, and I'm still not exactly sure what I want to bring. To start, we'll go with 32-degree heat base layers. I got these at Costco. They're cheap, lightweight, and they work quite well. Everything's going to get stored for the most part in this Osprey dry bag, so no clothes get wet if it rains. I'm going to wear just a regular athletic t-shirt, Smart wool underwear. I have 2 packs of socks. I pack these separately just to make packing my bag easier. I can stuff stuff in different places. This is a pair of thick Costco wool sleeping socks. And then there's 3 pairs of Darn Tough socks in here. Working up, I've got, this is a pair of Prometheus design pants. I was going to wear cool pants, but they're a little thin and it's going to be quite cold. I may switch over to these Fall Raven pants. The downside to these is they are partially cotton, but it is waxed canvas cotton. I really like these pants, but they're pretty heavy. The big advantage to these is they have tons of pockets. I can stow stuff while rucking for stages. The Prometheus ones have pockets as well, but they don't fit 308 mags. So that's a downside. They will fit pistol mags here, but not 308 mags. Then I'm also going to pack just a light pair of joggers to wear underneath as another layer for preventing getting cold. This is a quarter zip from Costco again. This is what I'm going to wear most of the competition. It's a smart wool, merino wool shirt that has a bit of a windbreaker fabric on the front. This is really nice. I like this shirt a lot. I wear it frequently. This is just a wool neck gaiter. Wear over my neck, face, ears, whatever's getting cold. A pair of outdoor research gloves to keep my hands warm. I have this small beanie I usually wear out hunting. It's small and light, a lot lighter than my other one. So I picked that one. Just a regular ball cap. REI down jacket. I'm going to be keeping this packed up in the ruck for the rucking portions, but once we're out, this will be the first thing I put on to keep all that warmth since it's supposed to be really cold. And then I have another, this is an REI rain jacket slash windbreaker that needs a new coat of DWR on it, so I'll do that before I leave. But that's going to help keep warmth and help break any wind that hits me. Belt, this is just the Blue Alpha Gear inner belt from my regular shooting belt. I'm only going to bring this, not the whole shooting belt. And then I have a pair of La Sportiva hiking boots. I don't know the model of these. They're okay. There's not what I wanted to wear. I wanted to wear my La Sportiva trail running shoes, but I'm worried my feet are going to get too cold because there's basically no fabric here. This has a lot more to it and also ankle support. So decided to take boots instead. All right, this is my food and cooking setup. This is day 1 food, this is day 2 and day 3. Day 2 and 3 are the same as day 1. 3 just doesn't have a dinner meal in it because we don't need dinner those days. So I'm only gonna go over this meal. For breakfast, I'm gonna do a tortilla shell, which I'm gonna go buy the day before. And in the tortilla shell, I'm gonna put this almond butter and these 2 honeys. I got 2 coffees, one for the morning, one for later in the day, or both in the morning, depending on how I'm feeling that morning. I've got to put in my kit belt right away all of this. I got electrolytes, energy chews with caffeine, 2 honey stingers, which I'm pretty sure are just honey anyways, and a protein bar to snack on throughout the day. I also have another big snack bar. This is a full meal in and of itself at 400 calories. So that'll be my lunch. I have 2 tailwinds, 1 tailwind with caffeine in it. These are energy drink mixes. They're kind of like Gatorades, except they have calories in them, so they'll help keep you fueled. And then for dinner, there's going to be 1 big meal each day. I'm going to eat the whole thing. This is 1040 calories, so that's a lot. That's going to be dinner right before bed, just whole thing. And then I have some chamomile tea if I'd like tea at the end of the day, because it's going to be 12-ish degrees. I'm packing, I need to repack it still, I'm not packing it like this. This is Terry's orange chocolate. I really like this chocolate, so that's going to be my just pleasant thing to have. Cooking, Toke's titanium spoon and a Toke's cup. Bag to keep this from falling apart. Inside of here, I've got just a piece of a t-shirt chopped off to keep everything from rattling around and to help clean stuff at the end of the day if I need to. I've got an MSR full canister, a mini Bic lighter, and a BRS titanium stove. And this all packs back together real nice. All right, this is some of the miscellaneous stuff. Headlamp is a Petsa Tactica with an extra set of batteries. I'm not sure I'll need the extra set, but I'd rather not hike blind in the dark. Some hand warmers. I'll probably take like 2 packs of these. Toilet paper. I'm bringing some nice toilet paper because I don't want to go and wipe with sandpaper in a porta potty or have the porta potty be out. So I'm packing a little bit of toilet paper. It doesn't weigh enough and it's nice to have. I'm not bringing much in the way of medical. We'll be on National Guard base, so if there is a true medical emergency, there will be someone there ready to evacuate us. So this is just some minor stuff. I have 4 dude wipes, 2 for Friday, 2 for Saturday, 1 for my feet, 1 for my body. I have a leave for myself and a leave for my partner. Some chapstick for my lips. You can use it on your nose if your nose starts getting beat up by the cold and the wind. Same with your knuckles and all these portions, you can keep them all. Some single-use toothbrushes, use it once, throw it away. Anti-diarrheal, because that would be a bad time. This is Leuco tape. It's kind of like moleskin, except it stays on your feet a little bit better. I've probably got a yard here. My partner and I are going to share this. I really don't expect to need much. I've been rucking a lot and haven't had any issues yet, but insurance, and it doesn't weigh much. It's just wrapped around an old MasterCard. Purell, don't want to get sick. This is also going to double as the eraser for my alcohol pens on my armboard. All right, this is the supplemental shooting gear. I have a small cleaning and maintenance kit just to make sure everything stays in working order. Small microfiber piece. I struggle to try to get this out. I have the Allen keys for each of our optics and mounts, so if anything comes loose, we can tighten it back down. Small 3 sections of a cleaning rod so we can bust out any stuck cases. That's all that's for. And then I have Geisley's very thin grease. I like this stuff a lot. I usually use Ballistol or this grease. I like this grease better. It typically stays put in the North Carolina heat. But we're not dealing with heat, we're dealing with freezing cold. So I have seen a lot of tests of this stuff online being frozen down to -40 and still working. I personally took this vial and put it in my freezer at 0 degrees for a couple of days and it came out still gel, so I'm not worried about this freezing in my guns. Alright, so I've got an MRAD ruler. This will help you if they give you target sizes but not distances. And for whatever reason you're not supposed to use your rangefinder, so you can say, we know the target's 50 inches. I can see in my scope it's 4 mils. That means the target range is 360 yards. So that's how that's used. This is my armband. It's a Mayflower armband. You got your front and then 2 on the inside. I've got 10 cards in here right now with my pre-stage checklist. I'm going to be putting my dope cards in here. My dope cards I'm going to make when I get there. I've got a couple already from data that I know. I took this from Sun and Shadow. They had it set up differently. I didn't really like this portion of it. They have their gun number setup. I didn't want to use that, so I reconfigured it to work better for my partner and I. My partner's longest shot is 800 yards, but it just worked out nicely to make it 1,000. My farthest is 1150, but again, it just worked out nicer to make it 1,200. So his will go in 20-yard increments and mine are in 25-yard increments. What I'm still going to do for this is I'm actually going to take the spreadsheet, and on the side here, if for whatever reason we're given targets in meters, I'm going to add the meters number right there. So I've got both yards and meters right there in front of me if I need it. So then these are on cardstock, they'll get cut out, and I'll have two of them, two for my rifle, two for his rifle. That way we both have one for each other's rifle when we switch guns inevitably. So that'll go in here with his probably behind it. And then whatever notes I take during a stage brief, I'll take my notes on this really rapidly because you don't get a lot of time, and then neatly transfer it to a new card so I can have that for reference. 2 pencils, 2 pens, 1 black, 1 red. These right on here, and then can't be erased once they're down, and they only come off with alcohol. So I've got the alcohol in the medical kit with a little rag. I can clean everything off. Got a Sharpie if I need to just write on my arm or something. And then a little bit of electrical tape and a small knife. It's supposed to rain, or it was supposed to rain. It still might rain. So the plan is, once we're done shooting and the suppressors have cooled off, to take a little bit of that, cut it out, and place it over top of your muzzle so that we don't get any rain or snow or anything down the muzzles. And then just a small pack of Surefire earbuds. I have a big set of electronic muffs, but that's heavy and it takes batteries. So these are light and don't take batteries, so they work out better for this. All right, I have my Garmin Instinct watch. Pretty much the only thing I'm going to be using this for is tracking rucks. I built a custom workout in the Garmin app, and all that it does is it's going to keep me from going too fast or too slow on the rucks. So I have it set to keep me between a 14 and a 15.5 minute mile, so I don't burn myself out, but I don't go too slow. It'll start vibrating on my wrist if I go outside of that zone. And then my cell phone is just a Galaxy cell phone, and I'm only going to be using that for photos and Hornady 4DOF. I have both my rifle and my partner's rifle built in the software and trued up so we can take accurate ballistic readings while we're out. I've got a couple of extra things I might take. I'm not sure yet. I'm already pretty heavy on weight, so I don't know if I want to take any more weight. I have a bigger, beefier beanie. This will cover my whole head. I was thinking about wearing this while sleeping in case my other beanie gets wet while we're hiking. But if I start to sweat, I'll take the other beanie off. So I probably won't bring this. This is a Thermarest sit pad. It's just going to keep you off the wet, cold ground and insulate while you're sitting down. I think we're going to have a lot of downtime while waiting to shoot stages and being done with stages. So something like this would be really nice. Same with this. This is a small, cheap, packable down blanket. It'll get really small if you crush it up. It does weigh 1 pound, so it's some good weight added. But it would be really nice while just sitting around outside waiting to have something to bundle up in and sit on. All right, ammo and some supplementary shooting gear. Keep all my pistol ammo in this small Dyneema pouch. I'm going to shoot Blazer 115 grain aluminum case ammo. It should be accurate enough. But being 115 and aluminum over my regular 124 brass case saves me over ½ pound of weight. I got 2 of the Magpul 21 rounders. I've used these a lot. These work really well. You do have to make sure to keep them clean. And I apply a small amount of dry lubricant on the inside of these mags to make sure they function properly. I've also got the Glock loader just to make sure easy loading. These do get a little bit tough to round to around like 18 or 19. So just making sure we can get every round in there if we're allowed to. My partner is also shooting a Glock, so we can share magazines if needed. Bigger Dyneema pouch. I have my rifle stuff, 2 20-round magazines, and then I have 150 rounds of Hornady American Gunner 140 grain ammo. This stuff has been really accurate out of my gun. I'm getting a .63-ish MOA group pretty consistently. I got that right at the start, and I got it again around the 450 round mark, so it's staying accurate. I've taken this out to 1300 semi-reliably. My longest shot's going to be 1150, which should be pretty good. This is chronoing out of my rifle at 2655. It's not as good as Hornady ELDM. I'd rather have that, but the amount I needed to train, this was more cost effective and I could afford this. If I bought the ELDM, I wouldn't have been able to shoot as much. All right, supplemental gear, Armageddon gear, Schmedium Game Changer bag. I ordered this with the sand fill, and I took that out because I had I had intentions of sewing my own bag, but after a couple of tries, I just couldn't get the shape right, and it kept busting open at the seam, so I just ended up ordering one. This is waxed canvas, so it's a little sticky. It's not as sticky as the sticky Game Changer. I added a carabiner to it so I can hook it to my backpack and make sure it doesn't fall off during rucks, or hook it to my rifle sling and I can move with my rifle and this bag all in one hand and not worry about it falling apart. My tripod is a Leofoto ST324CX. This is their lightest weight model. It weighs just over 3 pounds, so it's pretty lightweight for a tripod compared to everything else on the market. I think that's because it has an integrated ball head, so this ball head doesn't come off. It is what it is. But this has been pretty nice so far. It's pretty quick to deploy. I can grab all 3 of these with one hand and unlock them all and rip the whole thing out. At its full extension, it's pretty much perfect height for me. It's a little bit short, but it's been really good. It's really solid, and it's been working well. And then these are the SIG Kilo 3000 BDXs. These are a pair of range-finding binoculars with applied ballistics. I got really lucky finding these. They're $1,500 to $2,000 MSRP. They're very expensive. And I ended up finding these on a local forum. The guy was getting out of shooting because he's getting too old for it, and sold me these for $400. So that was a really good deal I couldn't pass up, and it just happened to come at the right time. I added the Really Right Stuff bino clamp so I can clamp them into my tripod and spot with them a lot easier. That's really nice. All right, getting into the stuff that pretty much everybody wants to see. This is my pistol. Same pistol I usually shoot. Small changes. Remove the light. There's no need for a light for this, so I'll save the weight. And I went ahead and added iron sights. I don't usually run iron sights, but I went ahead and added them for this. It's a Glock 17 with a Parker Mountain Machine barrel and compensator, Aimpoint Acro, a Glock Performance trigger, and then some sandpaper tape I got off Amazon. This is actually for skateboards. And then SLR magwell. And then it's a DQ if you drop your pistol. So I have a Safariland. I usually shoot this anyways, and I was going to take it regardless. Just a Safariland holster on Safariland mount with a leg strap. During the rucks, this will just be in my backpack. I don't see a point in wearing it on my hip. It'll get in the way of my backpack's hip belt, but I can take the hip belt off during the shooting stages and put this on. Then, what everybody's interested in, and I'll probably catch a little flack, I'm taking a 6.5 gas gun, an Aero Precision 6.5 gas gun at that. It's really just an Aero receiver set. So, we'll start at the tip, because that's what you do. we go. I have a KGM 65K suppressor. I think shooting suppress for this is pretty essential. You have to communicate a lot back and forth with your teammate. They're going to push you in really tight spaces, really close together. So big giant muzzle brakes are going to be really not helpful for you or your teammate. Yeah, they're going to help recoil, and it would be great if you were alone, but from a team setting, I think the suppressor is a big winner. On the end of it, I have just a little bit of tape to keep water out, and then it's got an Armageddon gear cover, and it's just direct thread onto this Criterion 20-inch barrel. I have a Magpul bipod, not the most ideal, but it's what I have, and it's pretty lightweight comparatively. Attached to just a piece of pick rail that I had, an Amazon special Arca mount, but it's been working just fine. Going back, arrow receiver set. I got their enhanced receiver set because I didn't want any flex loading into the rail. So none of that flex loads into the barrel stays straight because this actually attaches to the upper receiver. There is no barrel nut. Geisley trigger. I've been liking this Driven Arms Co. grip. It puts your hand a lot farther back and a lot more straight of an angle so you can get your ideal grip. It looks a lot like some of the PRS style stocks you'll see for the bolt action rifles. It does kind of the same thing. I ended up getting, I don't really care for ambi safeties, but I got one for this to keep my hand on this side of the gun to get a better trigger pull. This is from Joe Bob Outfitters, I think is their name. And it's the Joe Bob safety. And it's got a little scallop cut out of it, so it's just enough to not get on your hand. But it was $15 and it's been really nice. Just a Brownells bolt carrier group, Magpul PRS light stock. Then up top, there is a Reptilia mount I got used with an aim point, not an aim point, a hollow sun. A hollow sun that I had, and then the only thing on here that is not mine is this Nightforce, which is being lent to me by my partner, Greg. So thank you, Greg. Had you not given me this, we would not be doing this match together. So that has been a great scope. All right, I wanted to go ahead and just pack everything into the bag, show you how everything looks when it's packed. Inside here is the sleeping bag, sleeping pad, pillow, and sleeping pad insert, so I can get the extra 8 degrees. It's a bit of a bear to get in, but once it's in, fits nicely. Got some compression straps. Cinch that down. And then on the top, just push everything back down. For the sake of space, I think my partner is going to take the whole tent on day one, and then once I have some space cleared up, since his ammo is significantly smaller than mine, I will take most of the tent back. So next up is going to be food. Day 2 food at the bottom. Day 3 food. And a cook set. It's nice having everything packed in all these bags. It's a lot easier to compartmentalize. Next to that is the sleep socks. I won't be needing those but at night, so they can go at the bottom of the bag. On top of that, we'll put some more socks. On top of that, some clothes. In here is the quarter zip. What else is in here? I just packed it. I forgot the quarter zip, the underwear, and the thermals. I'll take that, press all the air out of it. Wrap it up. That fits in there nicely. On top of that, I'm going to add in the binoculars, pistol ammo, trying to keep everything that's heavy close to the back. When you're packing your bag, you want heavy things close to your back. Belt can go on the outside. Alright, and then on top of that, I'm going to put 6.5 ammo. From there, I'm going to take these joggers, shove them in where they can fit, and down jacket. Just kind of shove that in there into some space. I think that's pretty much it for right here. Cinch that shut. So in the brain pocket, I've got this little mesh pocket. In that mesh pocket, I'm going to keep all the medical supplies for easy access. The small cleaning kit. And the toilet paper. It's all going to go in there. That shut. I can flip this over. Flip that. And clip this strap. A little bit of a tighten. I'm not quite ready to tighten it down just yet. In this outside strap, or the outside mesh portion, I'm just going to take my rain jacket, fold it up, and shove it in there. So if I need it fast, it's right there on the outside. I don't need to go digging for it. Clip that. So next on the brain, there's another very top pocket. In there I'll keep my headlamp, hand warmers, my shooting supplies, and then I'll also keep my pair of gloves, net gaiter, and this beanie. Zip that shut. Hat, pants, shirt, shoes, that's all worn stuff. That doesn't go in the bag. Down here on the hip belt, in this pocket on the left-hand side, I'm going to have all the food I talked about earlier, so that all comes right out of the pack. It goes right into here. So if I need anything while we're going, I got it right there. Poles will go in my hand. On the outside, I've got some more compression straps I haven't strapped down yet. I take the game changer and this strap right here and strap it around. Hook it in, tighten it down. That shouldn't go anywhere. And then on this side, what I'll do is I have another strap here and a water bottle pocket. I'll take 2 legs of the bipod, put those legs in here, run this between the legs, and then cinch it down so the bipod's secured right here. I'd show you that, but the camera's currently on the tripod. Then, from there, I'm gonna move you. Can I see it? Kinda. On the outside, the whole pack. Made the rifle like that. I got 3 straps out here, 2 short ones and this long one. This long one is going to go down through the buttstock. Come on. It's stuck on that strap. Fortunately, I don't need to do any of this in a rapid fashion. At least I hope not. Put that in, turn it down a little bit. Next one up is this one. What had happened is when I was hiking with this before, I only had 2 straps, and the rifle, as soon as I took a step, did that. and then I was trying to deal with that, so I added more straps to keep it a little bit tighter. And I'm putting the straps on. I'm trying not to put the straps directly on the scope. On the mount, I think is fine, but I'm trying to avoid any pressure on the scope itself. And I got another one up at the top here. Same deal. Through these outside straps. Avoiding the scope itself. Just want to hold on to the receiver. And these are called gear ties. I got them at REI for a couple dollars. And once I get everything on there and tighten down, that stays really secure. Can't move. And if I decide to take it on the other side here, in this water bottle pocket, I can put that in there. I haven't quite figured out where I would put this if I'm going to take it, or if I'm even going to take it at all. I may be warm enough with what we have, so we'll see. But that's everything. This is my first time doing this, so this is with no experience at all with Mammoth, just what I can find online. That's it. That's everything I plan on taking. Thanks for watching.